We start today, by the way, acknowledging the passing of the great Dolly Parton at the age of 80 years old. Just it's always tough to see news like this. An American icon, beloved. I saw every single living president of the United States, including President Trump, of course, put out statements regarding her passing. The president announcing yesterday on Truth Social that flags will be flown at half staff across the country for the next week in her honor. Was such a remarkable woman, a remarkable career. And as we start today, I can't help. I didn't intend necessarily to start with Dolly Parton, but I just can't help but think about it. I don't know about you, but when somebody of this stature dies, I often spend a lot of time consuming everything they've ever done and reading about them and watching all of their videos. I was watching, perhaps you saw one of these. I was watching Dolly Parton perform a rendition of Stairway to Heaven on X overnight. Last night I was lying in bed watching this. I'm like, this is incredible. She's so good. And she was really good. And here's the lesson from Dolly Parton's life. If I am deriving anything out of this woman, one, it's okay to work your tail off. Boy, did she. Boy, did she. She don't reach that level of success without working your ever-living tail off. She worked hard. She worked very hard. 9 to 5? No, it was way more than that. She worked hard. The other piece of this is she was always filled with an infectious kind of positivity, like almost a gravity-defying positivity. There are always forces around you that are trying to drag you down, trying to get you in the dumps, trying to really deter you from enjoying life and the blessings that God has given us. And, Dolly Parton never really seemed to fall for that. In her closing time on this earth, apparently she suffered, according to the statement that her family put out, a brief form of cancer. And in the end, it took her life at the age of 80. But she really didn't do much to put that on display. She wasn't a whiner. She wasn't a complainer. She wasn't making it everybody else's business. She was just trying to be a force for good. She was a philanthropist. She was a comedian. She was hilarious. She was quick on her feet. She just had all these really great and endearing qualities. And to do that over the course of a 60-year-long career and really never break character is actually a really impressive feat. And it's just a sign that, it is possible to achieve great things, to be grateful for the blessings that God has given you, and to not bitch and moan about everything. We live in a society right now where there's consistently whining about everything, including things that have nothing to do with you. You're just whining about imagined problems. This is the kind of crap that's being served up oftentimes in our culture. Dolly Parton defied all of that. She was never a part of that garbage. Not a whiner, not a complainer, just a fighter and a lover and an entertainer and a Christian, most importantly. She recognized the gifts that God gave her, and then she used them to bring a lot of joy to the world. So there's a reason why people are mourning her today as an icon that has passed, as a unifying figure, someone of what it feels like a generation that's disappearing. And I don't just mean because of her age. I mean because of the stature she had in our culture, in our society. Feels like something meaningful has just shifted, that an era has concluded. And what will the future look like? Well, that's up to the rest of us. Are we going to carry on the best of what Dolly Parton and people like her have had to offer? Or are we going to collapse into misery and despair? I know what I prefer. I prefer the Parton path. Now, her family did release a statement as at her wishes, actually, about all of this. She intended a video statement to be put out by her family, and sure enough, they did. Yesterday announcing the news. Here is Cut 7, the announcement on Dolly Parton's passing.
Hey everyone, my name is Brian Seaver, son of Cassie Parton, and I'm representing the Parton and Owens family today, announcing the passing of my Aunt Dolly Rebecca Parton Dean, sister, sis, Aunt Granny to one generation and Gigi to the next. This video announcement is something Dolly asked of me years ago, before I fully absorbed it as a future reality. As her head of security for more than 2 decades, a role my father Larry held before me, I have imagined the heaviness of this moment, but haven't truly felt it until now. It is an honor that is mixed with absolute pride and great sadness. But sadness lies with us, not with Dolly. Dolly has lived in the light and is in the arms of Jesus, surely met by Carl, her parents, and countless others who have watched her and longed for her to meet them in the heavens. I first went on the road with Dolly as a kid, getting a taste of the road life in the early 1980s. Dolly opened doors not just for me, but for her entire family to reach the potential we didn't even know was possible. Dolly also opened doors for generations of singers, songwriters, musicians, and dreamers from every walk of life and across every continent. By her example, we believed that anything was possible. She never saw a door she couldn't open, and the doors she opened made and changed history. My family and I have shared a lifetime of beautiful memories with Dolly, but so have you. She has always been on your television, your record player, your CD, and on your phone playlist, becoming an extended part of your family whether you liked it or not. Our family and the team she has entrusted with her legacy will work diligently to ensure her spirit will live with us forever. Dolly was a farmer, just like her daddy. He farmed the soil, she farmed songs and happiness. Dolly called me and said she wants to rest in a beautiful bed of plush cotton because after a life wearing heavy rhinestones, she finally deserves to be comfortable and have some rest. Rest in peace, Aunt Dolly, Aunt Granny, Gigi. May God bless Dolly Parton, and may God bless you all. She will always love you.
I will always love you. That's her song. People these days will often remember it with Whitney Houston's performance of it from The Bodyguard. It went on to become a worldwide smash hit. But that was Dolly Parton's song. Dolly Parton wrote and performed that song. And eventually Whitney Houston, of course, would perform a rendition of it. Something I didn't know about Dolly Parton. I knew that she was a philanthropist, but I didn't realize the extent of it. That when Whitney Houston performed that song, and then, of course, it became so big, as the songwriter, Dolly Parton received immense royalties for the music. And over the course of the next decade, throughout the 90s, she made some $10 million, it's estimated, off of the royalties of I Will Always Love You. Now, what did she do with the money? Well, she turned around and invested it in a Black community in Nashville in order to rebuild and restore that community. She said this was the house that Whitney built. It was an amazing thing. Just an amazing thing. Anyway, Dolly Parton is a total inspiration, a hard worker. We're watching all the remembrances come out. I'm watching all of these various music artists from across the industry, from all different industries, actually, all different genres, rather, coming out and saying, hey, I received a letter from her. I saw Amy Grant did this. Eminem put this out, saying they received letters from Dolly Parton, just complimenting them on various successes they had in their career. Dolly Parton, who was of an immense stature, she didn't have to take time to think about other people and compliment them on their successes. She did. She did do that. I just think there's all sorts of meaningful lessons in this. And it motivates me. It motivates me. And this is the way we should all live our lives. To be, hopefully, to be inspirations to others to live life to the fullest. And Dolly Parton definitely did that. So Dolly Parton, rest in peace.